Factory fitted CNG cars have high popularity these days, and sitting high up on the sales charts is this, the Maruti Ertiga CNG. What makes the Ertiga CNG so popular? What is the performance like? What are the running costs like? And how is the practicality like? Well, let's find it out through 5 different tests. On a personal level, I'm not a big fan of CNG cars because yes, I am a petrol head and an enthusiast, but 99% of the people aren't like me. They don't care much about performance as long as the car takes them comfortably from point A to point B. So what I'll do is I'll drive this car back to back in petrol and CNG modes and tell you the difference. And at the end of this, we'll also show you a chart which displays the 0 to 100 timings and the in-gear acceleration timings of the car in both the petrol and the CNG mode. So right now I am driving the car in petrol mode, and this car gets the same K15C petrol engine four-cylinder unit. This car delivers 99 horses and 136 Newton meters on petrol mode, and on the CNG mode this one makes approximately 86.6 horses and 121.5 Newton meters of torque. This gets a 5-speed manual only. The Ertiga is also available with the 6-speed torque converter, but that is available only with the petrol only variants. So on petrol mode, this car does seem to be decent in terms of power delivery. The low end is okay, the mid range is quite flat, and the top end is where you do get some action, but the power delivery is quite smooth. Of course, don't expect thrills from this car. Now I will just switch it to CNG. There is a button over here which changes the fuel mode of the car. So I think Maruti has done the tuning very nicely, and there is not a lot of noticeable difference. Yes, the difference is there, but it is approximately 10 to 15%. Frankly, in normal driving in city roads and some highway trips also, you really won't notice the difference as such. I mean, I'm driving at almost 80 kilometers per hour in 5th gear right now on CNG, and the Ertiga does feel quite flawless, and it is moving along very comfortably with a lot of ease. So yes, I think the tuning has been done very nicely, and this is the beauty of factory fitted CNG kits, because the aftermarket kits, they just cannot match the reliability and the tuning offered by companies like Maruti, Tata, Hyundai, because these companies test these cars for a lot of kilometers and there are no flaws as such. Now one thing I noticed is that this car starts on petrol mode and then you have to switch it to CNG after a couple of minutes. Initially it does not happen. So yes, the Ertiga CNG is quite nice to drive. The gearbox is light, the clutch is also not too heavy. It has basically 2 fuel gauges, one for petrol on the right hand side and one for CNG on the left hand side. Now this car gets a 45 litre petrol tank and a 60 litre water capacity for the CNG tank. You may be able to fill up approximately 8 to 10 kgs of gas. A full tank of CNG will cost you approximately rupees 760 to 820, somewhere in between that. And on a full tank, this car will do approximately 180 to 200 kilometers. But again, that depends on your driving style. Right now, let's have a look at the actual numbers that the car delivers in both petrol and CNG mode. The biggest reason why people buy CNG cars is the low running cost. And how much time does it take to recover that extra cost that you pay initially for a CNG car, and what are the cost savings of petrol? Well, let's do some math. So for the Ertiga CNG, you need to shell out around 88,000 rupees extra for the VXI CNG variant and around 64,000 extra for the ZXI CNG variant. Now the petrol running cost is approximately rupees 9.5 per kilometer, because the cost of petrol is 111 rupees per litre, and this Ertiga will realistically deliver around 12 to 13 kilometers per litre. So we can have a running cost of approximately rupees 9.25 per kilometer. And if we talk about the CNG running costs, the cost of CNG is rupees 76 per kg, which means that the Ertiga, if it realistically delivers 18 kilometers per kg, you will have a running cost of approximately rupees 4.22 per kilometer, which means you are saving approximately 5 rupees per kilometer. And if you buy the VXI CNG variant of the Ertiga, it will take you approximately 17,600 kilometers to recover the additional cost of the CNG pack. And if you are buying the ZXI variant, it will take you around 12,800 kilometers to recover the additional cost that you have paid for the CNG variant. Cost savings are definitely massive, and these figures are indicative. They may vary a bit depending on your driving style, but ideally it should take you less than 20,000 kilometers to recover the additional cost of the CNG variant. Now we know that the first and the second rows of the Ertiga are very spacious, very comfortable. Even the ride quality of the car is quite good. But can people like us fit in the third row easily? So how's the space over there? How easy it is to get in and get out of the third row? Let's find that out.
But why do I have to sit always in the third row?
You ate 5 samosas yesterday, so that is a punishment, okay?
So I'm going to remove those 5 samosas on you now.
Getting in seems to be easy. मैं तो आके बैठ गया ऐसे नॉट बैड द हेडरेस्ट इज एडजस्टेबल उसको तो पहले ऊपर करना पड़ेगा इट इज हिटिंग माय नेक
called backrest, not headrest.
बट गुड वाइब यार मतलब नी रूम इज ओके हेडरूम इज फाइन एंड टू पीपल कैन सिट हियर कंफर्टेबली यार
I
मतलब आराम
cannot
से
say the headroom is good.
इट इज ओके आई मीन
I cannot-
ठीक है
I cannot rest my head on the headrest.
I have a large bottle holder and a charging socket on my left side. What do you have? You have a bottle
Just
holder?
a bottle holder.
हाँ तो getting in was easy and because the height of the car isn't much तो मतलब बाहर निकलने में भी इतना difficult नहीं होगा and
I'm just worried about the body roll.
body roll तो होगा यहाँ पे इसमें feel because
We'll be doing this.
हाँ like when I was in school I used to sit in the last row of the bus all the time and I used to love that feeling body roll वाली for uncomfortable.
Shoulder fight.
But yeah, not a bad place to be in definitely.
Yeah. The good thing is I don't have to push the front seat ahead.
So right now the seat is a bit flat. See if you recline it this much, knee room is completely screwed up. We'll have to negotiate with the passenger sitting in the second row. कि मतलब थोड़ा बीच में नाम का ना मेरा.
You're sitting in a mold or something like that. But overall a good.
Yeah, good thing. Not for tall people for long distances, but yeah, ठीक है चल जाएगा. So I'm doing transportation duties today and the boot is slightly smaller compared to the petrol Ertiga. So let's see whether these two large boxes fit here comfortably. Two boxes can fit here. There's a very slight amount of space left. This box is also protruding out slightly, but that is fine. Over here we have the CNG tank, which you can have a look. And if you want to free up some extra cargo capacity, you can just fold the third row seat of the Ertiga. It folds completely flat and there you have a large bedroom of sorts. Lots of cargo capacity freed up, but it is not completely flat because the hump of the CNG tank does come out a bit. So now the Ertiga CNG does not come with a reverse camera unfortunately, so let's see how easy or difficult it is to park this car in this tight spot over here. Thankfully the mirrors are really big in size and outward visibility isn't all that bad and the parking sensors will be useful, but a camera would have been slightly more helpful. The light steering of the Ertiga does help matters over here. The bonnet is a bit on the longer side, so you have to be careful about that, and I think we have done it. Not bad. Real men or real women don't need reverse parking cameras, we can still do it. So I guess that's about it about the 2022 Maruti Ertiga CNG. The car looks the same as before. It has some minor changes here and there. It drives decently well. It is very comfortable, very practical and offers low running costs. So I think it does make sense buying the CNG variant if running costs are important to you and you can sacrifice some amount of cargo capacity for that. Otherwise, the regular Ertiga is the one to go for. And if you want something more premium, something more luxurious, you can also opt for the Maruti XL6, which is priced at a premium. So I guess that's about it from my side. If you have any questions about the Maruti Ertiga CNG, let me know in the comment section below and I will try my best to answer all of your questions. And thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.